Why would you play that? Why would you play that? Why would you play that? What are you motherfucking high?
I'm fucking retarded, I don't fucking know if you can even tell the difference.
Hello, fellow Cookstars. Welcome once again to Why Would You Play That? So, as you probably noticed from the video title, Mass Effect Andromeda is out, and if you're like me, then you're probably not human, and you hate ice cream, and you like the video game itself. If you're not like me, then you don't like the game, obviously. So previously, JQT threw down some games to hold you over until Andromeda released, but since it turned out to be a barrel of balls, here's 3 games that you could play instead. First on the list is going to be a 2-for-1, and it's kind of weird because I own neither game nor console for both, but trust me, I've pretended to. So first on this list will be Horizon Zero Dawn. Now normally I choose games that can be played on multiple platforms, but seeing as Scalebound was cancelled and every other good open world RPG is 5 years old, I went with the newest. Horizon Zero Dawn is an open world single player RPG that's pretty much Recore and Monster Hunter fused into a feminazi SJW. The main character, named Aloy, which is Alloy with one less L, so it's still Alloy, is a young female surviving in a world full of robotic badass dinosaurs and male scum. This game follows the standards of the current open world games: companions, crafting, farming, etc. Surprisingly, it does have a good stealth system, details for weaknesses on different enemies, and the traps are presented pretty well too. If you skip all the cinematics, it's got value, just not $60 of value. Second on this part is better in any comparison, and being an entrepreneur or something, I don't want to give Nintendo my tons of pennies and profits, so the gameplay for this part will be of a game you didn't come here to see. Breath of the Wild is the newest installment in the Zelda series. Being the first of its kind on any Nintendo platform, Breath of the Wild is running on a brand new physics engine that shows promise for the future of Nintendo smash hits. Being the first open world Zelda game, we expected some less than good open world aspects. However, we got shit on in a good way, like kind of in the shower, and it's a nice reward afterwards. With Korok seeds, which are able to upgrade your inventory hidden so abundantly, mixed with hunting, fighting, and invading enemy camps, finding shrines, and solving puzzles, they really managed to give the open world the Nintendo flair. With everyone grasping to the frame rate drop on the game, blaming it on the Switch, and not the fact that fans cried about at least 900p resolution for a colorful game, it's still worth it, even if you get it on the Switch. No bias here, obviously. Before we go any further, I will say that number 1 for this series, almost every video that we've done for this series, number 1 is where we put the most obvious and the most popular games. That's why these 2 are here. Number 2, we're going to be switching up genres quite a bit. Honestly, who knows what genre could even define Star Citizen other than literally just space. Before talking about this game and getting your testicles all pumped up, I will say this: it is still in development, but the alpha is very, very playable with constant updates. As of right now, Star Citizen allows you to take part in both space combat and ground combat, or whatever you want to call it when you use handguns. The space combat is personally my favorite part. The way that your ship moves at such a fast speed, and how it feels when you try to turn or shoot someone flying faster than you. There's just not many words to describe how it feels other than how you would imagine space combat is. Obviously, you can't instantly turn or instantly turn around on a whim, and since you're in space, even if you stop your engine, you'll just keep going in the direction you were going. I'm not going to get too into this. I could spend hours talking about this game. It's just that amazing. Let's get back to the brass tacks. Star Citizen lets you experience multiple types of combat in space or on ground, depending on the type of spaceship you use in space or the type of gun you use on ground. To sum it up, when the final version of this game is ready to launch, this is going to be a very massive game. Keep in mind that it's been in development for a long time, and I don't see it getting cancelled with the way their game funding works, so if you're a fan of space games, you'll definitely love this one enough to wonder what it would be like to ejaculate in space. For number 3, we'll be diving into the real-time strategy genre, Sins of a Solar Empire Rebellion. Now, this game, as it is an okay game, but the thing that we want to take a look at is a mod for the game that converts everything into the Mass Effect universe. There are many other big mods for this game like Halo, Star Wars, Star Trek, and all that street performance jazz. but strictly for our purpose, we'll be taking a look at the Mass Effect mod, Dawn of the Reapers. If you're new to RTS games, it's essentially a commander's view of the battlefield where you can build your forces to fight the enemy forces in real time. Very complex shit. In this mod, they change everything you could imagine, from planet names to ship names and designs, even the HUD and the research trees. It also changed the factions to the Council, the Reapers, and Cerberus, all from Mass Effect 1 through 3. There's not much more to say, so if you like RTS or the concept of the Mass Effect mod, then open your wallets or steal your dad's and get this game. You can download the mod for free. So to fill time and up the retention rate, because I'm a fucking entrepreneur, I'm going to be quickly giving you 5 older games to check out as well. Game 1. Fallout New Vegas, an open-world adventure RPG with a post-apocalyptic setting. Side note, it's the best Fallout in the entire series. Game 2, Far Cry 3 and 4, more open-world RPGs that are okay if you stay away from the cars. Game 3, Skyrim, basically the vanilla with too many sprinkles of fantasy open-world RPG. Game 4, the Borderlands series, a 4-player co-op shoot-'em-up game with great comedy. And for the 5th, we'll change it up a bit and we'll say it's an honorable mention since it's newer than the other 4. Final Fantasy 15. I'll just say this, 15 is an open-world adventure game with the type of story you'd expect from a Final Fantasy game. However, if you just like killing monsters and roaming the world with a boy band, then Final Fantasy 15 is the guy that'll moisten your genitalia. Okay, so as we near the end of this nonsense, let me say a few words to justify anything that I said that might have been stupid. The point of the series is to give alternatives to a game and have those alternatives be somewhat similar, being good, if not better, than the focus. Now, since everyone has an opinion on what's good and what's not, feel free to leave more suggestions in the comments. So if you people made it this far, I am terribly, terribly sorry. This is also a disclaimer that I cannot be accountable for any cancer you may have amassed during the course of this video's watch time, nor for any treatments such as chemo, mostly because I am poor. Leave some comments about what kind of cancer formed, or say hi or shit talk. I'll probably reply for the lulz, maybe, who knows. If you feel the cancer is curable and the video was enjoyable, you can subscribe and test your luck like some sort of sick game of Russian roulette. Until then, peace out, you real world watching zebra cakes. The fuck is a real world watching zebra cake?
Let me tell you right now, you can't prepare for
Johnny Q-Tip. Hey there, old window pane paint chip snorters. Welcome to another episode of Why Would You Play That? I'm here again for your video displeasure. Talking to you, Mr. Dislikes Any Video I mean. With the Nintendo Switch literally days away, I thought, what could I play while I wait this last week?